Number 7. Stephanie Kwolek. Over 3,000. That's the number of lives that have been saved by polyparaphenylene terephthalamide. But you might know it better from its slightly more common, and let's face it, more simplistic name, Kevlar. In 1965, while trying to develop light yet strong fibers to replace the steel wires used in car tires at the time, Stephanie Kwolek made an incredible discovery. She created synthetic material 5 times stronger than steel, yet lighter than fiberglass. Today branded as Kevlar, this fiber is used in hundreds of products including bulletproof vests, spacecrafts, helmets, tennis rackets, tires and protective gloves, making it solely responsible for saving thousands of lives. In fact, there's even a website that lists the names of people whose lives have been saved as a direct result of the super strong fiber. That's more with the vests and helmets rather than the tennis rackets. Not only was Kwolek admitted to the National Inventors Hall of Fame, but she also has more than 20 prestigious awards to her name. These include the National Medal of Technology and the Perkin Medal, which is seen as the highest award in American industrial chemistry. Number 6. Early womankind. According to a survey undertaken by brewery AB InBev, almost half of women believe that beer is still perceived as a man's drink. That's kind of ironic. Why, you ask? Well, that's because, according to Jane Penton, a beer historian, yeah, that's an actual job apparently, it was women who were the first to develop, sell, and even drink beer. According to her research, nearly 7,000 years ago, in the ancient Asian region of Mesopotamia, beer was traditionally brewed by women exclusively. Their skill in crafting ale was considered so special it was only them that were allowed to brew beer, and it was only them that were allowed to run taverns. In fact, women were responsible for brewing beer from then all the way up to just about 200 years ago. That's true for Mesopotamia and places in Europe too. It was at this point though that women were largely removed from the process since the arrival of the Industrial Revolution brought with it new ways of brewing, making it more masculine. Peyton actually said, "I know men will be absolutely stunned to find this out, but they've got women to thank for beer." We'll definitely cheers to that. Number 5. Hedy Lamarr. Hollywood actress Hedy Lamarr was the Angelina Jolie of her day being MGM's golden age. She starred in some real blockbusters of her time and worked with the likes of Clark Gable and Spencer Tracy. Lucky her. Yet when she wasn't in front of the camera, she spent her time researching into wireless communication. Everybody needs a hobby, I guess. In 1941, she and George Antile received a patent for their idea of a radio signaling device known as the Secret Communication System. It was a way to change radio frequencies, which, in an extremely condensed nutshell, prevented enemies from decoding messages in World War II. Little did they, or anyone for that matter, know at the time, it was this discovery that would go on to form the technical backbone that makes cell phones, GPS, Wi-Fi, and other wireless operations possible today. In fact, it was only decades later, when the impact of this technology was better understood, that Lamarr got the recognition she deserved. She became the first female to receive the Bowlby Nass Spirit of Achievement Award, which I guess you could say is like the Oscars of inventing, so bravo! Your move, Jolie. Number 4. Grace Hopper. Okay, so we've had the First Lady of Science, how about the First Lady of Software? Because that title goes to Grace Hopper. Now, before Grace came onto the scene in the 1940s, computers were pretty much only capable of performing arithmetic and dealt only with binary code, which of course was illegible to human beings, so basically they were pretty boring. Grace's work, though, revolutionized computing into programming, which then paved the way for everything from word processors to video games to the internet. You wouldn't be watching this video if it weren't for her, or be able to like and subscribe, which I suggest you do right now. Done it? Okay, good. She did this by compiling the Common Business-Oriented Language in 1952. For those of us who are the furthest thing from being tech-savvy, that was the first modern, user-friendly business computer software program. In effect, it allows for the translation of the programmer's language instructions into a code that can be read and understood by the computer, allowing machines to be easily programmed. Hopper was awarded many firsts for her work, including the first ever Computer Science Man of the Year award, which is ironic, I guess, the first female National Medal of Technology, and the first American and first ever woman to be recognized as a Distinguished Fellow of the British Computer Society.